Hi guys, welcome back to Bay Area Fishing. I hope you enjoyed the last video on finesse fishing. Today what we're going to go over is my top 5 pre-spawn baits that I use to catch fish. These are artificial, no minnows, no worms, nothing like that. So hopping right into it, when that ice just completely thaws out, 4 to 5 days after that ice thaws out, those fish are starting to feed a lot more and a lot more. So what you want to do is you want to have baits that are going to catch them easily and effectively. So one of those baits that I like is going to be the Berkley Cutter 110. Now this is a jerk bait. You guys can see that bill on there is quite big. So this one dives down to about 6 feet. If that bill was a little bit bigger, it would be diving down a lot more. With this one, all you're going to do with that rod is just do a couple quick pops in the water, and that allows it to jerk and sway back and forth in the water, almost like a active bait fish feeding. And that's why that bait I specifically use for active feeding times during the day when you're starting to see a lot of boils on the water from the fish splashing around. That is one of those things where they're either going to be down suspended in that water column or they're going to be starting to feed up top. So that's when I usually use that cutter. And I'd like to classify this video into the 3 depth zones of the water column. So this one right here is suspending, which is right above the bottom area there. You want to have that so it's just above the bottom. And then my next man, my brother has his TV too loud. But anyway, my next bait is going to be this guy. Now this is the rattle trap. You guys know this pretty well, but this one, you'll notice, doesn't rattle. If I can, I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. This bait actually makes a small microsonic sound inside the water column, and it's supposed to be electronically made. It's called EBS technology. Livingston makes these lures, and they're super cool, super effective catchers at bait. I'm going to do a review on this one later on in the spring, but that bait is a good bait as well. Chrome sides, blue back is pretty good color. You always want to make sure they have a little bit of orange on them too. Another one would be the orange and black back one they have of those. And that one you can get at multiple depth zones inside of the water column. You can skim it across the bottom. You can jig it up and down just like a jig. You can just start ripping it up and down because that bait has so many different functions. It's not even funny. I don't know why people don't use them more often. They're cheap. They're affordable. They're only like $2-3 a lure for one of those. Livingston brand, it is 2 for $8 up at Northwoods. They're a little bit more on the pricier side, but if you have money to blow, I'd blow it on those. Alright, so my third bait is going to be stand-up jig with a swim bait on the back. Swim bait trailer. Now this trailer is Rick Clunn's hand-poured tubes. This is another one of his. You guys have seen that in my swim bait fishing video, except for this is a smaller size. This is also more of a swimming style bait. And what this does is allows it to feed on the bottom, so it actually stands up on the bottom. If I can get this to stand up, but it stands up on the bottom like that. And then when you hurry up and skim it across, it looks like a fish feeding on the bottom. And that is good for active situations as well. And what I didn't cover with the rattle trap is you can actually use these for multiple scenarios in the water. whether it comes to active feeding situations or active feeding situations, or you can use this to lure fish out of the depths where they're slow and they're sluggish. I'm going to be right back. Returning back, live in action, one time only. So, my fourth bait is going to be the chatterbait, but this little trailer here, you guys have seen me mention it so many times now. You're fine. Berkley Power Bait, Pro Design Mike Iaconelli, the Jester. Like I said, that thing is so effective. Now, what this allows it to do, those bluegill are already going to be on their spawning beds. So this is actually a mimic of a bluegill profile. So when this thing's swimming in the water, it's making a lot of commotion. This back end here is just going to be wobbling back and forth along with it. So it almost looks exactly like a tail. That's good for, it's almost the same thing as a rattle trap. I mean, you can cover all of the columns of the water with that. You can go top water with it. You can go mid-depth. You can get down to the bottom with it, depending on how you want to fish. And my last but not least bait is the spoon. Now this is one of my custom spoons that I make. As it has a little chatter on the top here, so when it's moving through the water, that little piece of metal clinks down at the bottom, clacks down at the bottom, so that way allows it for more movement, commotion in the water. This is Fire Tiger color, great for the Saginaw River. Love using it. That is going to be all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. Please leave a comment below on what you'd like to see me do videos of next, whether it comes to traveling around in this Bay Area a little bit more, or something like that. If you'd like me to walk through the Riverwalk with you guys, see what treasures we can find on the shore, because me and my brother did that. We found some fishing lures. Depending on what you guys want to do, just leave a comment below. But please make sure to subscribe. I would love it if you guys would subscribe to my videos. You guys are going to get 3 episodes every single week, 3 to 4, depending on how many hours I have available. But that's all for today. Thank you guys so much. Peace.